This is my review on Nirvana's album called Nevermind album. So I listened to the whole thing on YouTube, the album, and um it's not good. It's just not suck. Like Nickelback. It reminds me a lot of Nickelback. And Nirvana sounds like the singer from Nickelback. The singer from Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, sounds very unintelligible a lot of the times. More so than the singer in Nickelback. Like, 90% of the times on most of the tracks, I have trouble making out what the fuck is he saying. I just think it sounds funny to him while screaming and slurring his words at the same time and mispronouncing memories for memory. That's not a real word. It's memories, not memory. I don't think it is, or is that made up? Did he screw up and mispronounce the word? Like I think he did. On the track "Come As You Are," it's like I don't know. It's like I mean I will say something. This track, "Something in the Way," the last track is actually not is actually a good song, but you kind of worn out by then. You can't really make out. You don't want to get worn out by so many mediocrity crap in a row, like two or three things in a row. It's just as well. You got and you, and there's like maybe two good tracks on here. It smells like Team Theory, "Come As You Are," and um wait, that's three I listed off, and also "Something in the Way," which is now known for being Robert Pattinson's Batman trailer, and also from being promotional material for the Batman. Um, and speaking of which, which made me this made to now I will also talk about the Batman in this review because now I got myself thinking on the Batman. I think I'm getting lost in my head. So what was I reviewing? Oh yeah, Nirvana, Nevermind album. So um um I guess you have to be a really unhappy drug addict like Kurt Cobain to understand what he's saying. Because even when you look at when you can make the lyrics, it seems like when you look at the lyrics and the songs, um, to this album, that most of it sounds like rambling nonsense. Like it goes blah 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 blah. It's just that's all like my brain's keep getting in there, and the rest what is like and the lyrics. I don't know what the lyrics are in any of it. Most of the stuff because most of the lyrics, it's hard to understand him. The singer, it also he screeches and slurs his words a lot in this album. This is like the first Nirvana album I ever listened to. I don't know if he always does, but that was annoying to me. So what I've learned that Batman has really shitty taste in music. If these are the album he's getting for Rob Pattinson's The Batman. Okay, well not shitty taste, it's generic taste. Shitty's too harsh. She would that required to be bad, and I hate and required for me to feel despised towards it. But I don't feel despised towards it. I like it too much to despise it. It's just generic jibber jabber music it comes across. Ugh. Well, he's Batman, so he's like I guess he's allowed to have like not the best taste in music. And so so final verdict. This album is a 5 out of 10 for me. It's mediocre, disposable garbage. Perfectly listenable and, you know, a good time to listen when you're in the bathroom and washing your hands. From and so subscribe to my channel. Like this video, please. Now I'll continue my video. Because I did say I was going to review the Batman. This Batman is titled The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson, and it is the first Batman movie on live action where it actually succeeds at taking and making me take the character seriously and giving a shit about him. Oh, and find him relatable and believable as Batman and as Bruce Wayne. In and out of the cowl. Rob Pattinson pulls off both sides pretty well, actually. Now, granted, we don't see him play the billionaire playboy fake Bruce Wayne, like the disguise he puts on to hide his secret identity, his true self as Batman. Uh, there's no reason in the script for him to put on that persona to do that right now, I don't think, in the story. Anyway, it's more focus. Anyway, that's the whole point is that of the story that is Batman. His days as Batman is basically taking a toll and consuming his life, and it makes sense, I think, for the narrative of the story for that part of the element being glossed over for the narrative. I think that makes sense. Of like that the little persona he puts on that to pretend that he's not Batman. Yeah, we're not really shown that, so but I think it makes sense for the story of it told with Batman, and I really love this movie a lot. And I'm going to defend it till my grave. I feel like it's one of those movies that I love that much that I'll carry that love to my grave. And so that's why I guess a 10 out of 10 for me. The Batman. Yeah, it's a long movie. It's just under 3 hours long, actually. But barely. The Batman. But I thought it went by fast. I kind of wish it was longer, to be honest with you. I wish it was like 4 hours, like Zack Snyder's Justice League. That would have been cool. Now that would have been even better than what we got, and especially was R-rated, but not because of Batman, because of the Riddler. Because this is the first Batman that also on the big screen that doesn't kill, and actually adapts that aspect of his character from his comics counterpart in the movie, and actually portrayals. It actually brings his no kill role and to life in this version of Batman, which makes me actually like him even more. Wow. And while he's doing some detective work for the first time. Not since the Alan West era has I seen him do some detective work in live action. In movies. If you count the Alan West movie, which I do. For Batman. Which was the most detective out of all the Batmans before now. Making him the most smart than before Robert Pattinson came along. So this Batman's more brains than brains. Unlike Keaton's and dumb Ben Affleck's. And Joe Schumacher's. Batman's. And Christian Bale. Trilogy. Batman. Suck. Stupid. It's dumb. More brains Then bronze, I think not that Batman is. These Batmans are not, except for analysts, and I'm going to say Robert Pattinson's. Still the two best Batmans in live adaptation to the big screen in movie form. Which is better? Oh, it's obviously Robert Pattinson. He's got him beat. I mean, Alan West was good and all, but he's Silver Age. He's like more Silver Age Batman inspired, and well, Rob Penn is more Bronze and Frank Miller's age Batman inspired. From the Bronze, he's more like Batman Bronze Age inspired, even more so than Frank Miller inspired, I find. Because Frank Miller's Batman actually doesn't have the no kill rule. I think. At least I think that's what the Dark Knight comic had in it when he shot a guy in the head. You know, when Frank Miller, it's called the Dark Knight comic, Batman Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, so this and Batman the Animated Series Batman with Kevin Conroy and Rob Pattinson's Batman are my two favorite adaptations of Batman of all time that I ever seen in any adaptations for cartoon and live action. Yeah, I'm even counting the video games, including the Arkham ones. Those are my top two favorite Batmans now, thanks to Rob Pattinson. Finally gave me something good. Well, and I'm excited for the sequel. Excuse me. Oh, those who don't want um fuck oh, those who don't want Batman uh not have the no kill rule, there's something wrong with you. Whee! Because you obviously never picked up a Batman comic in your fucking life. Or normally not a regular comic read, I'm guessing. Was yeah. I love how dark and serious this movie was, and how violent it was at times. I love the action in this. The action is awesome with Batman in this. The action that Batman, the action's badass moments that Batman gets in these fights is totally cool. And wicked. 10 out of 10, these are action scenes. It was awesome. And I really love the story and the pacing, how the story took its time, was spelling out to spell out the story, and with some turns with the Riddler it took within the story. Like when you think Batman outsmarted the Riddler, he had one more riddle that Batman missed. Batman didn't solve, but has to go back to the crime scene. Which leads into a climax with Batman, Riddler's goons, his followers, as Riddler is now behind bars. But has to save the people of Gotham from the flood. And yeah, because Riddler plans to flood the old Gotham, flood Gotham City, because due to corruption, and thinks this will fix everything. And this is the way, so. And it's kind of shown throughout the movie that Riddler was kind of inspired by Batman's actions. And this doesn't like fully hit home, like fully click with Batman until like uh, after he finishes beating up the Riddler's goons from one of the snipers and Riddler's followers, and saving Sully and Kyle and almost being a guy to death. Luckily, Gordon stops him from doing it, from beating him to death, so, the criminal, so, that's good, and, by this, someone, well, actually, he stopped himself. Also, I really love the costume in this, and especially the cowl and the cape. And I like the bat logo. I love everything about the costume for some reason. It's one of the costumes that I actually end up liking when it first showed the promotional material. I mean, I wasn't like, I mean, this is the only time I ever got excited for a Batman costume was, well, honestly, for Batman Begins and also for Batman Returns and Batman v Superman costume with Ben Affleck, but I got disappointed by those. But this is one time I actually get to pleasantly get past my expectations. Was in the costume. I'm glad I'm getting a good Batman costume. Was a good Batman in this movie. And I love how Colin Farrell played the Penguin in this movie. And I love the guy who played the Riddler. And I love his costume, and also I love I love how all the villains look. They look so cool. Even Catwoman. The only downside, she doesn't take on the name Catwoman, but wouldn't it be cool if it would be cool if she could take on the name Catwoman yet. That she hasn't took on yet, but no, if she's in a sequel, they probably could use the name. But for the main villain, the Riddler, they actually gave him the name the Riddler. Finally. And Penguin gets called Penguin. He's actually called the Penguin. Awesome. Also, I love how this Batman is brutally beats up villains with a crowbar. Like, if they had a weapon, he'll just beat them up and use it as a weapon of himself, but won't, like, kill them with it. Just swing it at them in the head. And this is like in his second year of being Batman, so he's getting. It's like his second year in the role of being Batman. Second, he's doing for 2 or 3 years, I think. He said, second or third. I'm not sure right now. So yeah,